On Sunday, many watched this exclusive NTV news piece in shock as a police officer, Santos Komakech, shot director at residence of Luzira as a Kampala Capital City Authority demolition exercise went wrong. In the end, 2 people died and others sustained serious injuries. Komakech was a bodyguard to embattled KCCA Director of Physical Planning, George Agaba, who led KCCA enforcers in a demolition of illegal structures. During the NRM party primaries last year, similar violence ensued in Sembabule district when a police guard of Lwemiyaga MP Theodore Sechikubo shot and seriously injured another security officer. Stay away! Stay away! In this picture taken before Agaba's appointment to KCCA, he is seen here in Sembabule holding a stick or chiboko, the scene that later turned violent. A commission of inquiry into a similar shooting at Kasubi Tombs last year is yet to yield results, the report probably gathering dust on some government shelf. One of Uganda's leading psychiatrists describes the misuse of firearms by state agents as a societal problem that needs social approach to redress.
Uganda is a violent society for so many reasons. It's a violent society. It is a sick society. I think we've said that over and over again. More than 40% of Ugandans have mental health problems. That's for sure. A lot of Ugandans are abusing drugs. They take alcohol. A lot of Ugandans are frustrated by the economy, by a lot of things.
Dr. Mungerera advises police to regularly conduct mental checks on its personnel, especially during recruitment.
You know, the police would spend less time on cases in court and people suing them and punishing people and doing what. I think they should spend more time on trying to get a proper mental health services in the prisons.
When people are recruited into the police force, definitely a thorough medical checkup is conducted. We may not have the periodical mental checkups of our people, but under the Department of Medical and Welfare, the Inspector General of Police has a plan of building the capacity.
Article 28 of the Police Act spells out how and when the police officer may use a firearm.
First of all, a police officer can use a firearm, especially in self-defense or defense of others, against an imminent threat of death or serious injury. So, is it your commander, the one who is giving you those orders? And then you should also look at a scenario. Is the order given to me lawful? Is it lawful? There is need to appreciate, because somebody shouldn't tell you that shoot ABCD and then you go ahead to shoot that person.
Basic UN principles on the use of firearms by law enforcers calls for non-violent approaches before resorting to firearms. It also prescribes the use of force and firearms in proportion to the seriousness of the offense and the legitimate objective to be achieved. The officer has to minimize damage, injury, respect and preserve human life.
I mean problems where the smallest provocation, you go for your gun, you shoot out into the public. You know, that's an issue, that's a problem. That's a mental health problem. It's what we call a personality disorder type of problem, disorder.
Arbitrary or abuse use of force and firearms by police officers is a criminal offense under all circumstances. The UN principles also provide that no criminal or disciplinary sanction can be imposed on a police officer who refuses to follow an order from his bosses to use force and firearms.
They need to have ways in which they can look at children and be able to help children who have problems. Because a lot of the children who end up with behavior problems are children who they're really acting out what's going on at home.
Given Dr. Mungerera's argument that some Ugandans are inherently violent, police are pledging to begin counseling services and routine medical checkups on personnel to avoid such incidents. Jingo Francis, NTV.